Hello and welcome. My name is Hannah and I'm going to be taking you through today's 15-minute Pilates flow. We're going to start off here in sitting. Now, if you're a little bit tight through your hips, you might want to grab hold of a little cushion or a block and just pop that underneath your bottom. You can have your legs either crossed or outstretched, whatever is most comfortable for you. To start, let's bring our hands down onto our knees. They can be palms down or palms up, again, whatever is most comfortable for you. We're going to grow tall up through our spine. Imagine someone's got a piece of hair from the top of your head and is pulling you up. I want you to take a nice deep breath in. Breath out, draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Think about that neck being nice and long. And on your next breath out, float the arms out to the side. Have a little stretch across the chest. And again, next breath out, we're going to roll forwards. Reach the hands forward, interlace, stretch them forwards. Allow the head to drop and just feel the shoulder blades pulling apart, stretching around your rib cage. Breath in here, breath out. We open nice and wide. Keep the arms soft. Breath in, breath out. We're reaching forwards, allowing the head to drop down again. Good. Lovely. So just stretching forwards, allow the shoulder blades to pull apart here. And then bring the collarbones wide, breastbone comes forwards. Lovely, last one. And open up. From here, bring the elbows down to your side. I want you to imagine you've got a little peach just tucked in between your waist and your elbow. We're going to turn our palms up towards the ceiling and then rotate the arms and the hands out to the side, keeping hold of that little peach. Again, bring that awareness to your shoulder blades. So as the arms rotate out to the side, you should feel your shoulder blades just starting to pinch together slightly, being drawn down the back. Good. Lovely. Little squeeze as the arms come out. Relax as the arms come back. Squeeze and relax. Lovely. From here, let's squeeze and then take the hands up to shoulder height. Come back in and down. Lovely. Think about those collarbones staying nice and wide. I like to think of my collarbones as smiling up towards the ceiling. Lovely. Good, last one here. And then relax, one hand down by the side. We'll reach the opposite arm up. We're going to reach up and over. You can drop down onto your elbow on the opposite side if that's comfortable for you. And then come back up. Again, reaching up and over. Lovely. You can do this as a little flow. Reaching up, just stretching through the side there with the outstretched arm. Lovely. Again, just think up and over rather than collapsing down to one side. Excellent. Lovely. From here, we're going to pop down onto our back. We're going to have feet hip distance apart, but brought in quite close towards our bottom. We're going to tuck the tailbone under, lifting the pubic bone up as we start to roll up through the pelvis. So tilting and starting to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae until we have a nice line between our knee, our hip and our shoulder. Hold for a breath in here. Breath out, we're rolling back down. Lovely. This time I really want you to think about that articulation of the spine. So coming up vertebrae by vertebrae. So as we roll, let's just bring the tailbone up and then coming up vertebrae by vertebrae until it's just our shoulder blades in contact with the mat. Hold here for a breath in. Breath out, rolling back down. Again, coming down vertebrae by vertebrae. Breath in to prepare. Breath out, we're rolling up. Good. From here, let's see if we can lift one heel and lower. Lift the opposite and lower. Bring your hands onto your hip bones and just check that they're not dropping as one heel lifts. Good. So keep on squeezing up through your bottom muscles. Good. And maybe let's see if we can do both heels at the same time. Good. Lovely. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Lower down. Squeeze up and roll yourself back down. Excellent. Okay, from here we're going to float the hands behind the head, elbows staying nice and wide. And I want you to think now about the lower part of your core. So thinking about the distance between your hip bone and your bottom rib. And everyone's distance will be different depending on your body shape and length. And I want you to think about just that distance shortening as you squeeze your ribcage down to your hips. Now with your hands behind your head, as you squeeze, you should start to float up slightly. Lovely. So we're going to work on a breath in to prepare, breath out. Ribcage moves down towards our hips, coming into our little Pilates curl up or abdominal prep. Good. Our gaze is nice and soft. We're probably looking just above our knees. Good. Lovely work, everyone. Now we're going to do 2 more. This last time we're going to hold up. Now I want you to think about taking your right shoulder as far over to the left as you can. And then come back. Left shoulder over to the right. And back to centre and lower down. So it's a little crisscross movement. Thinking about our shoulders rotating. So we're starting to work through our obliques here. Good. And again, how much movement you have is going to depend on your body type, your proportions. For me, I've got pretty long legs and a very short body, so I don't actually come up that high or far in this movement. But if you're one of those lucky people with a long torso, maybe you'll be getting your knee over towards your elbow, towards your knee. Lovely. Last one here. One more to either side. And then we lower back down. Excellent. From here, relax the arms down by your side. If you need a little head support, by all means pop one in. We're going to turn our palms up towards the ceiling here and then float the right leg out to tabletop. So we've got our knee over our hip and our shin is parallel to the ground. And then lower. Just gently engaging through the core here to stop us rolling forwards and back or side to side. Again, we can use that breath to help us control, so breathing out as we lift. Breath in at the top, breath out to lower. Good. Excellent. Think about the upper body being nice and long still. That chin is gently tucked. The head still feels like it's being pulled up towards the end of your mat. And then let's see if we can build this up. So we can float one leg up. Hold for a breath in. As we breathe out, that second leg is coming up to join. Hold for a breath in. Breath out, the first leg lowers and then the second leg lowers. So again, inhale to prepare. Exhale, we lift. Inhale to hold. Exhale to lift. Good. Excellent. Just keep on working here in your own time, working with your own breath. Just remember that breath out as the second leg comes up to join. And then from here, we're going to stay up in our double tabletop position if we can. Extend one leg away. One leg extends. And then we come back. Bring your hands to your hips and just see if as that leg extends, make sure you're not increasing that arch underneath the back. We want that to stay nice and still. Really isolate that movement just to the legs. Good. Lovely work. We're going to go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring the knees into the chest. Have a little rock and roll, side to side, forwards and back. Excellent work. One last exercise here. We're going to pop both legs down onto the mat. Float the arms up to shoulder height and just float overhead. And then come back. Lovely. This time, think about that space between the rib cage and the hips. As the arms float overhead, imagine you've got springs attached and you're not allowed to pull your ribs away from your hips. So that movement might be a little bit smaller. You might not be able to get the arms completely over your head or down to the ground. That's absolutely fine. Lovely. If you're happy working up in double tabletop, let's try up here. Good. Let's squeeze the feet and the knees together. Arms float overhead. Use that breath out and come back. Good. Use that breath out. Excellent. One more. And then we're going to see if we can do both arms and both legs together. Now, depending on how happy you are working in double tabletop, you might want to take the legs vertically rather than extending horizontally. If double tabletop is not your thing, by all means come back down and work with one leg extending at the same time as the arms. Choose which level is right for you and work here. So just go over that. We've got 2 arms, 2 legs extending away, or 1 leg down, 1 leg extending. Switch legs. Good. Choose which level's right for you, and we're going to do 4 more. So 2 more on either side if you are doing single legs. Lovely. Last one. And then bring the knees back to the chest. Have a little rock and roll. Good. Excellent. From here, we're going to come onto our side and up into sitting for one last stretch. We're going to bring our hands across our shoulders and take a nice deep rotation round to the side, just as far as we can. Hold for a breath here and come back to center. Deep breath in through the nose. On that breath out, rotating round. Good. Lovely. One more time either side. And this time let's take our arms up and windmill them round. And just see if you can use your arms to lever yourself around a little bit more. Taking the breastbone round to the short end of your mat. Come back to center, arms float up, and we'll switch sides. Lovely. Come back to center, give those shoulders a nice little roll back, and then drop them down and give yourself a round of applause. Well done. It's lovely to see you here on the mat, and I can't wait to see you next time.